Hello friends, this is Sundareshan, your compliance guru. In this video, we will be discussing the various modes of appointment of directors in a general meeting. Just to give you a heads up, in the last video, we had looked into the concepts of appointments by the board, which were additional director, directors appointed in the casual vacancy, and alternate directors. So where does the shareholder or a member comes into play when the appointment of a director is being discussed? Very simple. As we discussed, all of the board appointments or appointments made by the board are to be regularized by the shareholders. So, a private equity or an investor, outside investor, when they put money into the company, they would not want to take any risk in their appointment being questioned at a later date by the shareholders of the company. The risk that the directors were running is an additional director, if they are not regularized by the shareholders, will cease. So in all probability, an investor may lose a board seat in the ensuing annual general meeting. So how do they go about protecting themselves? There are provisions in the law which allows you to appoint a director directly in a general meeting of the shareholders. How does this help? Now, please understand, between a board appointment and a shareholder appointment can become one which is permanent, one where you do not run a risk of getting the director reappointed, regularized, or otherwise. So, general meeting, how do you go about it? Very simple. The nomination, if it is a nominee director representing an investor or a bank, or a director in the normal course, the name is proposed and seconded to the shareholders. The shareholders then pass a resolution in their meeting proposing the candidature and approving the appointment of the person as a director. And once the appointment is done, more or less it is permanent. The other advantages are, if the articles of association or the charter documents as it is called has named a person as a director, that also will require the approval of the members in a general meeting through a special resolution. Is there any other appointment which happens through shareholders? Of course. But these are again concepts, it is not tested, which is appointment of directors representing the small shareholders. That is one thing which is very popular, if I may say, but it's not practiced. Small shareholders. The next one is, of course, the one which we discussed just a few videos back, which is directors who retire by rotation will be reappointed by the shareholders in a general meeting. Then of course again, something which is there on paper but which is not practiced is proportional representation. Proportional representation by minority groups, interested groups, whose appointment will be in a shareholders meeting. So friends, while appointment by board is the most popular route and a very quick solution to various issues, it may not be foolproof. So that is when a joint venture or an investor chooses to appoint their representative only through a general meeting. And a general meeting, once it approves the appointment, such person, unless the company chooses, will not retire by rotation, which means it's a position which is more or less permanent. So this is the difference in the modes of appointment between a board and a general meeting. Is there any other mode? Yes. The central government may choose to appoint directors directly. Now, when does that happen? In case of shams and scams and scandals which happen, where the government intervention happens and the government chooses to replace the existing directors with a bunch of their own nominees on board. So the third type of or mode of appointment which happens is by the government. Well, in India, it's just two examples that comes to my mind, which is Satyam way back in 2009 and the recent ILFS which happened in 2018. Other than that, there has never been a complete board wash, as I call it, as far as the companies are concerned. So, we saw the modes: board, general meeting and government. In the next video, we will take up independent directors. Till then, keep writing, keep questioning, stay compliant, stay safe. See you soon.